Good evening and welcome to the Town of Pittsburgh Planning Board regular meeting for Monday, June 16th, 2025, that I will now call to order. We do narrowly have a quorum. Mr. Alan Wilson, Miss Charity Mize, and Miss Christina Piard are absent. And we have three items on the agenda tonight, but before we get to that, we do need to adopt it. Has everyone had a chance to look at the agenda and have any questions or edits they believe need to be made? All right, then, can I have a motion to approve the agenda as proposed?
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion made by Frida, seconded by Connie McAdams. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously. We will move on to the approval of minutes. Has everyone had a chance to look over the minutes from last month's meeting?
Yeah, and they have me absent and I was here, so there's no way I can make a motion if I'm here.
There is a notation that you came in at 6:03 p.m.
Oh, okay.
When they called from you were absent.
What?
And then there is a notation down just a little ways that you.
I see it. It says, yeah, 6:03. All right, got you.
Okay, great. All right, then can I have a motion to approve the March 17, 2025 minutes as presented?
Okay, I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion by Frida Alston, second by Connie McAdams. All in favor? Aye.
All right.
Motion passes unanimously. All right, we will move on. We do not have anyone signed up for public comment. We also do not have any old business to go over, so we will move to our first item, a rezoning request, BB 25175, the Plant CMUC CZ. Mr. Randy Cahoon Tingle, how are you?
Good evening, I'm fine. Apparently I've got the wind, very loud. Good to see you all out in this rain. The particular item I'm here to talk to you all about is a little bit unusual in the sense that normally when someone's doing a conditional rezoning, they're getting ready to build something. In this particular case, it's exactly kind of the opposite. Pretty much everything that is on the current site of the plant, except for Starlight Mead, is up for rezoning. It's 16.83 acres of land. Yeah, we don't look at a picture. And here we go. Yeah, this is the current location of the items up there. So if you subtract Starlight Mead out of the site, what you're going to discover is that there's 16.83 acres of land. It's currently zoned M2, which is heavy industrial. It is being proposed to be reclassified as a community mixed use conditional rezoning. Property is located on Lorides Lane. It's been in use since 2005 as a manufacturing site and as an entertainment destination. Primary rationale for this conditional rezoning is to bring most of the existing uses into conforming status. Adaptive reuse is one of the primary structures to create an indoor event space is also a key motivation. So basically what's going on here is in your packet, there's a group of conditions and the land uses that you're going to find on as number 2 in the actual conditions themselves. It's just sort of the broad categories of what's supposed to be going on here. So as I said, most of the time what you have is you have a situation where someone's going to level everything that's there and start over. In this case, it's just a bunch of non-conformities and we're trying to make them conforming. So the applicant is here. If you have any questions for me or for the applicant who is in the rear, he may want to raise his hand. That's the enthusiastic hand raising. If y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to hear them. Otherwise, I'm looking for a motion to approve the proposal and opportunity to send it up to the board of commissioners.
All right, does anybody have any questions for either Randy or the applicant?
I have some questions that Alan sent.
Okay.
I can't wait.
They're just clarifications.
Yes, ma'am.
I think basically he's trying to figure out when you say most of the existing uses are coming into conforming, what does that not include?
What is currently actually allowed under heavy manufacturing is the workshop and the brewery, distillery, winery. Everything that isn't that came into being as something else.
Okay, and so this will fix
Yes,
everything.
and more importantly, allow them to get permits to do additional stuff. They
Right.
want to modernize or change stuff or add bathrooms or any of the number of things that they have mentioned wanting to do.
Okay. The other thing that Alan noticed that I would not have noticed is that there's a typo in the consistency statement.
Good news. Let's hear it.
It's
wrong.
the parcel number 82,981 and 82,951. One of those is correct and one of them isn't, apparently.
Am I allowed to correct that after the meeting?
I don't think
That sounds good to me. Any other questions?
that's it.
Anything else? All right, then I will accept a motion to recommend approval of PB 25-175 as well as the attached draft consistency statement as presented.
Sure. Mr. Chairman, I recommend we approve I move to recommend that we approve PB 25-175 as well as the attached draft consistency statement as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion by James Buster, second by Elfrida Alston. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Be back in a few minutes.
All right. All right, moving on, we have PB 25. Sorry, these do not have a number. Okay, the preliminary plat for Chatham Park Section 6.2 Phase 2. Miss Teresa will present.
This is not with the item, but it's just a copy of the small area plan of North Village. So you can hold on to it for future reference. When you have all of the Chatham Park subdivisions come to you, you can kind of get an idea of where they are each time. So Chatham Park Investors is proposing to subdivide approximately 130 acres into 57 single-family residential lots. That includes 29 single-family detached, also called the cottages, and 28 townhomes. And this is located in section 6.2, phase 2 of Chatham Park. So if you're looking at the colored map I just passed out, it's that red color near the intersection of Chatham Parkway and 64 bypass. So we're just gonna go through the staff analysis pretty quickly. It's a straightforward subdivision plat, from my opinion. So, water and sewer will be served through Tri River. There's no streams, wetlands, or floodplains. Perimeter buffers not required. Tree coverage area, parkland, and open space are all met. The applicants are providing more than what's required for each of those. Parking is also met, 121 spaces are required, and they're providing 131. And the plan is consistent with the comprehensive transportation plan, bike and ped plan, and parks and recreation master plan. Several departments have reviewed this, including public utilities, public safety, engineering, and planning. And staff recommends approval, or to recommend approval of the preliminary plat for section 6.2 phase 2. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Anyone have any questions for Miss Teresa or the applicant?
So
All right, well, in that case, do I have a motion to either approve or deny?
I make a motion that we approve.
All right, so a motion by Alfreda Alston to recommend that the Board of Commissioners approve subject major subdivision preliminary plat. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by James Buster. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Moving to our second item. Third item, preliminary plat Womble Tract Roadways Extension. Well,
This subdivision is even more straightforward. It's basically just two street right-of-ways. Old Providence Road and Oakland Avenue. Old Providence Road is a proposed 70-foot wide public street right-of-way. And Oakland Avenue on the south side is variable with public street right-of-way as well. It is consistent with the Womble Tract rezoning that came to y'all a few months ago. It showed the roads on there, so that had already been vetted. And there's no utilities proposed at this time. There are two streams and a floodplain. The buffers requirements are met for all of that. Parkland and open space not required at this step because there's no proposed lots. So once all of that white area gets subdivided for additional lots, you'll see a lot more of the standards being met at that time. There will be street trees on both sides of the new roads and including a multi-use path and sidewalks. The plan is consistent with the comprehensive transportation plan, but Bike and Ped and Parks and Recs do show a multi-use path on Chatham Parkway and a proposed greenway trail. That's not triggered yet because there's no lots. So once I come back for the subdivision of the lots, we'll see it at that time. And yeah, so town staff, including public safety engineering planning, has reviewed the preliminary plat. And staff recommends a motion to recommend approval of the preliminary plat for the Womble Tract roadway extensions. And please let me know if you have any questions.
okay. Any questions for Ms. Teresa or the applicant? All right, hearing none, I will accept a motion. Whether approve or deny.
I make a motion to approve.
All right, a motion to recommend approval that the Board of Commissioners approve the subject major subdivision preliminary plat. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by James Buster. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. And that is all we have for new business. We will move on to our planning department updates from Mr. Randy.
I have one.
Just one.
Just one. I want to make sure you all know that we're meeting in this meeting room the entire rest of this calendar year. So we will not be going back to the community house until after January 1st or whatever. For right now, this place.
Sounds good.
All right. So we got it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. All right. Do you guys have anything you'd like to say? All right. Thank you guys for being here. Much appreciated. We're real close to not having one. So with that, then I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Motion by Alfreda Alston to adjourn. Do I have a second? Second by Connie McAdams. All in favor, say aye.